Grantham here with our extraordinary host, Dr. Stanley L. We'll be hearing from our special guest, Ms. Shalet Jefferson, when we return.
This is wgls.rowan.edu. Radio.
And welcome again to the American Dream. I'm your host, Stanley L. And today we do have a very special guest, someone who is actually a friend of a very good friend, Kaylin. And Kaylin's in the background doing video footage of his friend on the air for the first time, the American Dream. And her name happens to be Shalet. How you doing, lady?
Hi, everybody.
I like that. Did you plan that?
No.
Well, anyway, it works. Shalet, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing extraordinary. I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I mean,
Glad to be here.
Good. You know, talking to you over the before the show, I kind of got a sense that you're very outgoing. At the same time, maybe like a little bit of an introvert.
See.
See.
Yes, and whatever other languages fit.
Okay, but I know you can be outgoing because I'm listening to you, and you seem like you're very involved in a lot of different things. But first, why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself so we get a little prep, okay?
All right. I'm a nurse for LabCorp of America. I travel, so I don't always work at one place. I work at various sites. I'm involved in an organization called Team Pretty. We're a group of girls who go out and try to make our community the best way it can be. I'm going to school for communications right now. We live this life once, so you got to enjoy it, make it purposeful.
That's okay, I'll ask you questions.
Good.
You know, I'm just learning this part about LabCorp. You're a nurse?
Yes, I'm LPN.
Is that right? How long have you been a nurse?
I graduated Georgia Medical in Atlanta in 2008.
Okay, and how do you like it?
I love it. It's like very interesting. You see a lot being a nurse.
No, I bet you do. Now, and of course, you also do studying communications.
Yes.
What do you hope to accomplish between?
My goal with nursing and communications, I want to eventually work for ESPN doing like health and sports updates, knowing about the players' injuries, and being able to talk and write about them.
Oh, well, I'm impressed. Seems like you thought that out very well.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you have yourself a timeline for when you would accomplish all this?
I have actually 6 more classes for my degree, so hopefully I need to start getting ready to inquire about internships and figuring out how to commute there and where they're located.
Super. Okay. What do you think, Maya?
I like her.
Oh, there you go. That says it all.
Sweetheart. If y'all can see her face.
Well, you are an American Dream, so I'm going to ask you flat out, what is the American Dream of Shalet?
My American dream. I believe that everything is possible for one, and that should be everybody's dream. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't accomplish all your dreams, just saying that you can, you will, it makes a difference. I want to see myself on TV someday. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to make my family's name, understood and heard. I want to see more people going to school. I want to see less zombie stuff. Really, that's crazy, eating people and stuff. Get kind of tired of seeing all this stuff in the news every day, so I just want to see more positive things. I believe that, individuals, we're very smart, like humans, our brain span is just amazing, so we use it and try to be the best that we can be and channel us into better people. We need to work on that because I think people are amazing. It's amazing what we can do. So my American dream is just to see more positive than negative, and we're seeing more negative nowadays than positive.
It's interesting that you kind of put it that way because we do multimedia with the youth, and one of the goals behind teaching multimedia to youth was one, to teach them leadership skills, and the other is to give them the knowledge and the opportunity so that when they mature, they can actually control the media and create content that is more appropriate for them. And it sounds like you're pretty much on that track.
Yes, we do a lot of support organizations. We donated bikes to a group home. teaching them about fitness. A lot of teens, you don't see a lot of people outside playing and jumping rope. And you don't see too much of that. So I want to see more people outside enjoying the weather, doing more outdoor activities, so our health-wise we can achieve our health goals. Less babies. I see a lot of 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds coming in pregnancy tests every day. So kind of bring it back to traditional ways. Enjoy life, go to school, do what you want to do, travel, then settle down and have kids and things like that. You don't want to see anyone hungry. Trying to help families have organizations that you don't have to be able to go to McDonald's and get a dollar burger. Try to, harvest your own things. Like sometimes being 24 years old, but sometimes I feel like I'm living in the past because it's things that you can do with your kids, grow little fruit, vegetable gardens and things like that. You don't see too much of that, and that's old traditions that kept America the way, family traditions, healthy. It just seems like everything is kind of getting out of whack to the point where we need to bring back some of those old things, not the old clothes style anymore, like the jean jacket I'm wearing. Not just
What's wrong with that?
Because you see people bring back the old little outfits and dresses. Why can't we bring back old traditions?
Right.
Get it? Like, it's not about an image. Let's do things that's going to promote positivity. Like, an image is one thing. Like, if we could bring back old clothes and stuff, why can't we bring back the fact that you're supposed to have babies after you're married?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then you hear in the background Miss Shalet.
I'm sorry, I had to jump in.
She walks in the studio and is like, just go ahead and take over, girl.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I'm sure Radio Land out there knows Miss Shalet, so she's always
hello.
welcome. And you got her attention, though, Shalet, so that's a good thing. One of the things that you're bringing to my attention, and I'm glad to hear it because we're on the same track, and that is giving your generation more control in terms of shaping society, establishing your own culture. The traditions that to me are just based on ideals and values. So, I mean, that's the thing that needs to be promoted more to me than anything else. I know that it's going to have to come from you, from the younger generation, which is kind of why I'm here. My role is to kind of just provide the support and opportunities. With that, though, what about some of the things like the classics? I'm into the classics, the fine art, and classical music, and even things like just going to see a butterfly garden. I mean, where are you on that?
I think it's very good. Again, I'm in an organization, so I can bring up a lot of ideas that commemorate what you're saying. We do bonding events. Sometimes it's not easy for women to get along, and it's over 30 of us. So, we could go out and go to the club, or we could go to a bar. We're all old enough to do it. One of our events that we were thinking about doing was going to the White House for Black History Month and, taking a tour, having a picnic outside. It's just something that gives us light on, everything around us. It's not all about the nightlife, the partying, learn our culture, learn. Look, bond with each other. Like, people need to socialize more. Phones and internet and stuff took away of our communication. Like, it was really nice being able to have the idea to sit down and say, hey, let's have a picnic together. Let's do it near the White House. Let's learn and sightsee. So, like, that is kind of classic too, and it gives you way to bond and a different light of going to the club, putting on a short dress, and going out. Really?
Well, yeah, that's a model that's old right now, but it's still going on. When you think about, and I'm thinking about women in particular, because you have what is it called now? Team Pretty. Team Pretty sounds like a really good group. It sounds like you have a great purpose. It sounds like you're doing a lot of great things. And at the same time, by the fact that you're women, young ladies, I'm thinking that because you have a tremendous opportunity in terms of influence.
Absolutely.
That's, let's face it, you can tell a guy put on a tie and he probably put it on. And to me, with that influence, to be able to expand your horizon, as you're saying, would be a great thing, because it seems like we're pretty limited in how we express ourselves. And what I mean by that is I do a workshop called Speaking from the Heart. And the whole purpose of this is just that, to get people to be able to touch within themselves. And then when they do that, they express themselves almost poetically, because they're able to really tune into themselves and they can, express themselves that way. What about things like that? I mean, do you find the young ladies in your group being able to express themselves freely without having to stutter and think and worry about how it's going to be interpreted?
No, everybody has their own, like, we had some girls, we actually had a situation like this where a few of the girls, of course, were female, so everyone has a different ideas. We have a couple girls who are more strong, like we have board members, and they keep everybody together. We each have a set of girls that we keep updating on our projects. Are you going to be able to attend? Are you not going to be able to attend? Here's what I need you to do. Here's what I need you to do to help you do. This is for the website. I need you to do this. So we basically keep them on track. And some of the girls are more demanding. Listen, this and this and this is not being done. This and this is done. And then there's some that come off. I understand that everybody has differences. This is what we need to do. So sometimes it's hard for some people to understand. And my biggest thing is, you're around people all the time. You have to weed out people's personality. I could be around you for 5 minutes. I know how I can probably speak to you a certain way. I could be around you for 5 minutes and say, this is his personality. I think people need to understand other people's personality. Some people may sound like they're coming off a little hard. It's just their personality. Don't jump to it so fast to make it a confrontation. Don't jump to it so fast as someone's attacking you. Learn your surroundings. Learn your people. Understand that everybody's not the same. You're going to have to learn people's personalities if you're ever going to deal with anybody. You're going to be around different people. You need to learn their personalities. So that is very, very important. So I just, in that case, when you're in a group of people and you don't understand things, take a second to listen, understand that person. It takes 2 minutes to understand someone. You might not understand them fully, but take 2 minutes. I need to not say this and this around this person. This person might say this and this like this, but I know not to take any offense to it because that's just how, from what I've seen in that last 2 minutes, that's how I need to react. And then everything will be much easier for people. You can't just, judge a person and then attack yourself to attack them. That's not how it works. You have to learn how to be around different people. That's survival. Yeah.
Well, I think that's where communication skills come into effect, and I believe that because there's so much technology with internet and texting, they're losing the communication skills, so they don't know how to converse, and be able to elaborate on different conversations and be able to speak to people in the manner of just being professional, or courteous. We lose that, not we, but, people lose that, when they're constantly texting because they're not speaking.
Exactly.
They're not, conversing and talking and being able to communicate with people.
It's right in your face, because if you notice, it began with the smiles, the 2 dots and the smile. Now they have emojis that have all these different expressions.
There's so many acronyms.
Figure out
Absolutely.
what a person is saying through a message, like face expression, your body language, all explains everything. And it's hard to do that through writing. That's why they're creating all these different things to make it easier for you. And I think that communication needs to be very addressed.
It's interesting and to listen to you talk about communications, because for me it's even beyond that. It's a lot deeper than that, and a lot simpler than that, because as children we did it. You were able to get along, communicate well. But one thing that children do that we stopped doing is, outside of being very active, they know how to sit still and be quiet. Most people today, their minds are going like, to be able to be quiet. I mean, have the radio, ride in the car without anything on the radio. That probably hurt people.
And I actually find myself doing that a lot. Like, I realize I get all the way home, like, my radio wasn't on the whole time. Sometimes you take that time.
There's a time to, sometimes you have to, sit back and think about things on your own without having that communication of the radio influencing, or, listening to other people's aspects, about life. You want to just kind of, sit back and think about what your purpose is in life. Where are you going? How far do you need to reach your goals? And I don't think people are taking it into consideration. They're not going as far as saying, okay, well, today, or to do a to-do list. Today I need to do this to accomplish this goal. They're not doing that. They're just taking day by day and just running through the day, and then by the end of the day, they're wondering, oh my gosh, what did I accomplish? During the course of that day, because they're so busy and they're so busy talking.
It's a good point too, because I'm listening to you. You're a nurse, right? You're going to school, and then you have the Team Pretty group.
And I have 2 boys.
Okay, that says it all.
Oh.
But you're so calm.
I try. Sometimes I fail.
Kids have a way of doing that, though,
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of experience, and it seems like with that experience that you do have, you should be able to contribute something to the group, and also your perspective on life. But you say you're 24.
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to be by the time in another 3 years?
I don't know. I really don't. I really do wish that sometimes. I can't say that I don't. I am into my phone a lot. Like I have an iPhone. I could do anything and everything. Like right now, I just text the radio station to 29 people in that 2 minutes. But I am trying to wean myself away from the internet kind of, because if you really think about it, if you count the time that you're on your phone, like any second, you're just like scrolling down your phone, like checking your Facebook and your Twitter like it's the morning paper. So it's like, I don't care about these people's lives sometimes. I need to do this and this and this.
You just do it out of habit.
But you can understand, you do notice that yourself, that you are drifting into, you know more things about people. You can't run into somebody in the store and say, hey, I haven't seen you in so long. Girl, check your Facebook. I saw you the other day. I like those sneakers you brought last week. So it's like, I do realize that. I start noticing that. I'm like, yeah, let me back away from Facebook a little bit.
Well,
I like keeping.
That's funny. Yeah.
You know,
Because they post that.
Yeah.
You know, my daily activities during the course of the day.
Let me put all my Christmas pictures up and then say I'm leaving to Florida for 2 weeks and then come home and my house is robbed and wonder why. Like, it's just so much.
A lot of people do that, and it's even teens like that don't even have money, and they're posting like a picture of sneakers for like $200, like, oh, I'm about to get these, and then it's like, with what?
With what?
Exactly. And I wonder, like, it's like I don't know, like I'm a teenager, so I am on Facebook, I am on Twitter. I just looked at my MySpace the other day, and MySpace is like 11 years old, but it's like, it's just, once you get on it, it's so addictive sometimes. Like, you read one status, and then you read all the comments, and it's like, whoa. Like, it's somebody's whole life story right there on Facebook.
But the big question is this, and this is for Shalet. With all this going on, and it does sound like you have a really good understanding of where we need to go in terms of getting some control of our life and getting on the right track in terms of values and stuff like that. The question for you is, can you tell me what kind of person you're going to be in the end?
Whatever my mind tells me I'm going to be, basically. I'm goal-driven, so if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, whether I got to jump 3 hurdles, flip backwards 3 times with a broken leg and a cast. I'm going to do it. So I just feel that everything is inevitable. Like, I can do anything. So whether I need to subtract all my outside activities, cell phone, like, I'm going to do it. So I can see myself where I want to be, like, with no hesitation, because I feel like it's too many resources for me not to.
That's a very good point. And we're going to have to close with this, because when you say the resources, technology has really leveled the playing field in so many different ways. And I think right now we're going through a time where we just getting used to having so much. And maybe we'll get past that at some point. And hopefully we'll soon.
Right.
Maya, I'm going to let you take it from here.
And now Beyond the Barriers with Dr. Stanley L.
Whether you're raising a family, advancing a career, building a business on a mission from God, victory lies beyond the barriers. Understand that what you accept in your consciousness is a reality. When we say consciousness, we mean your mind and feelings. You see, unless you accept a thing into your mental and feeling worlds, it does not become a part of your experience. Only you have the control over what you think and feel. For centuries, mankind has believed that those around them could control them. That's never been true. You have free will. Your free will is absolute. Those who try to impose their will upon another are merely being disobedient to universal law. That is the cause of discord, distress, and destruction. Having free will comes from or with a responsibility to life for its use. That responsibility means the constructive use of your free will is paramount. It means obedience to universal law. It means the expansion of the gift of life, not the destruction of it. How does a person expand the gift of life? Think about this carefully. Expanding the gift of life means to raise all life. You see, life is everywhere around you. As you move about your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions send forth into the world the qualities that are either constructive or destructive. Whatever you send forth into the world according to universal law must come back to you as manifested form. To expand life means being constructive while using your creative abilities to perfect whatever conditions you experience. The key, or this is the key, to successful achievement and to happiness. I am the strength, the courage, the power to move forward steadily through all experiences wherever they may be, and remain joyous and uplifted, filled with peace and harmony at all times, by the glorious presence which I am. I'd like to thank you, our listeners, for sharing your time and attention. I'd just thank guest Julie.
Yay!
You said yay. Any final words beyond that?
Love you guys.
I guess that was the kind of a shout out. Was that?
It's all.
Okay, good. I'd also like to thank our engineer for another fabulous show. Maya, always good show. Cheridor for coming in and joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Caitlin in the background, and the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts of America, our youth team over in the studio waiting for us to get out of here. And finally, my love and gratitude, source of all life everywhere. Maya.
That concludes the American Dream on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Once again, I am Maya Grantham here with our extraordinary host, Dr. Stanley L. God bless you and have a victorious week.